Hey guys, I've been wanting to make this for a little while. I just want to pass on the best way that I know how to build a free-flowing artistic career. My name is Michael Sheesby. I'm an actor located in Sydney, Australia. This is my base. Um, been a professional actor for 20, 21 years now. Um, Leading lecturer of screen at one of the most prestigious acting institutes in the world. And I've helped hundreds of professional actors across Australia, America, New Zealand, um, UK, um, uh, build uh, meaningful, abundant, and sustainable careers. So, I just want to run you through the free flowing artistic career blueprint and see if it can help. Okay. So, the dream outcome here is that we have a free flowing artistic career, right? So, we've got a little triangle in the middle. Now, I use the word career very specifically, career being uh, French, meaning a person's path through life. So in this case, it's an artist's path through life. Now we're trying to build something here where the career and the life grow together, right? So if all we're doing is focusing on trying to force the career to grow, um, our life can take a real hit. And if all we're doing is focusing on our life and giving no attention to our career whatsoever, um, obviously in reverse, things can go stagnant and die off. So, like any economy, we're trying to grow our life and career uh, where there's a healthy balance. Cool. So we've got three main problems which are getting in the way of building a free flowing artistic career. One, the work becomes meaningless. Two, uh, where there is so much scarcity, right? Scarcity of wealth and work. And three, where things are exhausted. Um, uh, High levels of burnout, where we just feel like we just can't keep doing this, right? Where we need to throw in the towel. Now, obviously, there's three clear solutions to those three words. Meaningless, we want it to be meaningful. Scarcity, we want abundance. And exhausted, we want sustainable. Okay. What should we start with? Let's start with sustainability. Now, first thing we want to do is start becoming an aligned artist. So, I grew up with I grew up in Southern Africa where the Lion Trackers had an expression which was, I have no idea where I'm going, but I know exactly how I'm going to get there, right? And that's by following the single track that's in front of me. If I follow that track, I'm going to find what's at the end of that track, but I have no idea where that's actually gonna take me. Now, what we're referring to with that track here is um, listening to the body and letting the body lead, right? So we want to start listening to what is making our body come alive, what is making our body feel expansive, energized, etc. A few things that we can start doing. We can start getting a gauge on what's the season of change or the chapter of change that our body is yearning for most. Is it yearning for expansion or is it yearning for simplicity? Is it yearning for does it want work to be evergreen, like all year round, or does it want work to be seasonal, right? Where, like filming is 230 working days in a year. Do you want to be filming 230 working days? Or do you want it to be seasonal, where it's like, for a particular time of the year, it's full on, but then you spend the rest of the time recovering. Extreme version of evergreen would be like Home and Away. Extreme version of seasonal would be like Daniel Day-Lewis, like one job every like 5 years kind of thing. What are you yearning for in terms of, are you yearning for more volume of work, or are you yearning for more quality work? Right, every actor is going to be at a very, very different stage there and yearning for a different thing. Someone's calling me. I hope that doesn't affect the film. Okay, anyway. Here's an important question. Are we in a chapter where we want to give everything to our work, or do we want our work to be on cruise control? Right, 2016 to 2019, I wanted to give everything to work. I had nothing else I was thinking about. It was work and a little bit jiu-jitsu, but work. Now, I'm very happy to learn my lines on the way to set, right? I'm very happy to only allocate 4 hours a week for auditioning. I want acting to be on cruise control right now. Why? Because I have 2 kids. Obviously, in 3 or 4 years, once both have kind of hit a certain age, that chapter might totally change. But that's the chapter that I'm in right now, right? So better to accept that and work with nature. Right? I'll never, ever win against nature. Okay, I don't know anyone, I've never seen anyone get sustainable results by working against the season that they're in. Cool. Something else I want to look at. How many the average hours per week that you actually want to put into acting, right? 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20, 20 plus. Again, when I just graduated from NIDA, I was very happy to put in 20 hours of invest 20 hours a week into acting. Even if I wasn't working professionally, I still wanted to put in 20 hours to auditioning and skills and class and whereas now 4 is my maximum. Why? Because I know that's sustainable for this chapter right now. So I have my little block of time on a Friday morning. That's everything I allocate for acting. So outside of that, I don't touch acting. So just work out what that is for you right now. What do you think is sustainable for you right now? I want you to get an honest gauge on how many days of professional work do you actually want right now. There's 230 working days a year. So let me explain that. 52 weeks. Let's just put 6 aside so that we can make sure we've got a life, because we've got to create room for sickness and breaks and space and Christmas or whatever. So let's work off 46 days. 46 times 5 is 230. So 230 working days in a year. How many of those days do you actually want to be working professionally as an actor? 10, 30, 100, 200, right? For me personally, the chapter that I'm in right now, 30 to 50 days is all I'm after a year. And then let's look at money. Everyone else in the industries, they get paid, and so I want actors to take a very honest look at how much they actually want to get paid for acting. Are we in that 4K bracket, that 5K bracket, 6K bracket, 7K bracket? How many, if we're just talking average amount of money for this next chapter, what's the desire here? How much do you want to get paid? So for the next, this kind of chapter that I'm in, so I'm looking at the next kind of 3 years, I'm wanting to make 6 figures, so crack that 100K a year mark. I'm wanting to do that from 30 to 50 days of acting per year. And I'm wanting to do that off 4 hours of, I'm willing to do that off 4 hours of of work, of time allocated for acting per week. So just run through those questions, get a gauge for yourself where you think you're at. And then here's a little model for being an aligned artist. The main three problems that we have here. One, you're working against yourself, right? One of the smartest things a coach ever said to me was, Mike, the easiest energy is yours. So we want to start working with yourself. Now there's 3 key exercises we want to be doing there. Secondly, we want to stop riding the confidence roller coaster. Super confident, we're smashing this one week, and then just terrified and feeling like a floppy failure the next. Instead of that, right? Confidence, like true confidence. The word confidence, it comes from Latin, and it means to trust oneself fully. Beautiful idea, beautiful idea. So we want to look at what are the 3 things that we can do where we start actively trusting ourselves again, right? Again, we all know what it's like to behave in the industry when we're not trusting ourselves, and it's usually that's when we're like, why did we send that text or that email, or why did I say that thing, or why did I make that choice in the audition room, right? We know when we're not behaving from a place of trust. And thirdly, this is a huge one, man. Playing by dumb rules, right? There are so many actors playing by so many dumb rules, right? The rules of, well, this is the way that I have to do things in order to be a professional actor, right? No. There are no rules. There are no rules. And this is when I usually see the most amount of glee from the beautiful professional actors when I work with. It's because they've hit a point of exhaustion because they're playing by dumb rules, and all they needed to hear was, hey, you can start playing by your own rules there, right? And that's when things will start to unlock and they go, holy crap, I can do that, or I can stop doing that. Yeah, great. Now, obviously, each one of these things has got 3 separate offshoots for themselves, but I'm just trying to save time here. Let's go on to attracting flowing opportunities. So, we're sick of scarcity. We're sick of a lack of work and a lack of wealth. We want there to be abundance, and so we want to start attracting flowing opportunities. We want there to be a healthy cycle of energy here. Now, in order to do that, we want to look in the mirror. Here's the mirror. How many days have you invested in training? 0, 10, 100, 1,000 plus? And from that training, how many days have you been a professional actor? How many days of professional work have you had? Right? 0, 10, 100, 1,000, 1,000 plus. Obviously, we want to see what that ratio is. Have I put in 1,000 days of training and only worked 100? Or have I put in 100 days of training and worked 1,000? That's going to give us some data about what's happening and what rules you're maybe playing by. We want to look at how much money you've invested in, obviously money being a form of energy, right? It's just like thank you notes. You do some work, someone says thank you. So how much money have you invested into acting? 10, 30, 100K? And what's the total gross career revenue? Right, in total, how much money has come back to you from the money that you've invested in, right? Are we 4-figure, 5-figure, 6-figure, 7-figure, or 8-figure? Now, again, we want to look at that ratio to see what's gone in versus what's come back. uh, who I mainly work with as helping actors go from 5 figures to 6 figures. That's where they kind of turn pro, and then 6 figures to 7 figures plus, getting them to that million mark. That's where I'm mainly helping professionals find flow, right? Where things are going well, they're getting opportunities, but they're still things aren't looking sustainable for them. Yeah, beautiful. What else? Was there anything else? I guess the main question that I want you to ask yourself after looking at these 4 questions is, what is this telling me? And that then takes us to our attract flowing opportunities model, right? 3 main problems. 1, we feel like we're invisible. So to solve this, we want to start building healthy relationships with casting directors, right? There's 3 very, very specific things that we want to be doing there. Secondly, it can just feel bloody lonely in this industry. Like we are in a desert of zombies, like where there's this sea of people, but everyone's kind of looking in different ways and their attention's in different places. So we want to find the people that our body loves hanging out with. And thirdly, it feels like after every job we return to 0, right? That's nonsense. We want to start compounding our work. Again, 3 exercises, 3 exercises, 3 exercises. Let's move on to meaning. We want work to start being meaningful again, right? This is just so important, man. For the vast majority of the Homo sapien experience, meaning's been very, very simple, and that's been to survive, right? Because it was so damn difficult. And something that helped human beings go from the middle of the food chain to the top was connection. Connection meant better resources and better ability to survive and protect each other, etc. So connection equals survival, which equals meaningful. Now, what helped us connect as a species? Meaningful stories. Meaningful stories helped us go from, helped us connect, helped the tribe connect, and then I have to close my eyes so much, I apologize. Meaningful stories equals connection, equals survival, equals meaning, and that's where actors come in, right? Acting is one of the many facets in telling a meaningful story, it's a truly wonderful and important part of society that actors get to contribute towards is the sharing of meaningful stories, right? You have no idea that one little episode on Home and Away, man, that can help tens of thousands of people in a bleak, dark winter in the UK or Ireland, right? There's a reason why that show is so bloody popular. I spent a lot of time in the ICU ward at Royal North Shore Hospital with my friend Sammy, who had eaten a slug and become paralysed. And Baba, the nurse from Uganda, she was like, Mike, most people hate their lives. They work really hard. They really struggle with the responsibilities that they have, and they come home and they want that one little half-hour show or 1 hour show to help them breathe easier. And I thought, my God, I'm never going to look at acting the same. So we want to deliver great art. How we can do that, the 3 main problems getting in the way of delivering great art. Number 1, we develop useless skills. I am bewildered as to how you want to know why professional actors stop going to acting class, because the majority of acting classes focus on teaching the minority of skills actually required for professional work. Okay, it's anyone who's been taught by me at NIDA knows how pissed off I get about that. So instead of useless skills, we want useful skills. um, that are in line with the work that we actually want to be getting. 2, exhausting tapes. We want to stop exhaustively auditioning, right? Instead, we want energizing tapes. If we can enjoy and provide great work in doing a self-tape once a week, we can keep doing this forever. And number 3, unfulfilling jobs, right? We make so many goddamn sacrifices. It is so tragic when actors work so hard and throw away so many things and then finally get an acting job and then leave that acting job and then put their head on the pillow and go, that sucks. That was completely unfulfilling, right? So, yeah, that's everything. That's the model. Here's what it looks like. Each one's got its little 3 planets around it, and each one of those planets has got its little offshoots. If you are curious, I hope that helps. If you're curious about implementing this, find me on Instagram at The Actors Blueprint or email me info@actorsblueprint.com and just send me the word blueprint and I'll send you the details. Okay, I hope that helps, guys. Huge love.